Greetings to all the brothers, Lasallian partners in mission, and students of the Lasallian District of Eastern North America. In just a few days, the great feast of Christmas will be here. For all of us committed to the mission of education and teaching, we know that as Christmas time gets closer, the level of excitement and energy builds in school. Each of our schools has its own Christmas traditions that mark this very special time of the year. Christmas brings excitement and enthusiasm to our school communities. Some of the best traditions in our schools are the many charity drives and service projects that take place during Advent. Whether tour drives or clothing drives or restocking neighborhood food pantries or serving in a soup kitchen, our school communities renew their charity efforts during this time of the year to keep the true spirit of Christmas alive. Activities like this help students and faculty alike discover the real meaning of Christmas, that God so loved the world that He sent His Son to come among us, first as a vulnerable baby born in a manger on the margins of society. When teachers, students, and the entire school community engage in special service projects during Advent and throughout the year, young eyes are being trained to recognize Jesus, who continues to come among us, especially in those who suffer in any way. We come to recognize Jesus when we reach out to those people who simply need a helping hand. In his reflections for Christmas, St. John Baptist de La Salle reminds us that this season is a season for recognition, recognizing Jesus who continues to come among us. That's why for brothers and Lasallian educators, Christmas is the great feast of hope. God coming among us as one of us changes everything. When we cooperate with God's invitation to see Jesus Christ in those around us, and then to respond to that recognition with faith and zeal, we begin to change the world. And that is the miracle of Christmas. And so I invite you this Christmas to consider God's invitation and to respond to the miracle of the Incarnation. In a wonderfully written book called Visions of Vocation, Steve Garber makes a powerful observation for us to consider. He writes, "There is much to be cynical about, and it's a good answer if there had not been an incarnation. But if that has happened, if the Word did become flesh, and if there are men and women who, in and through their own vocations, imitate the vocation of God, then sometimes and in some places, the world becomes something more like the way it ought to be." May this Christmas season be filled with joy for all of you. Let's together to live as people who believe in the Incarnation, that God continues to come among us, and let's respond to that belief with courage and generosity. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.